Round one, we have the choice, playing first and keeping. Got the turn 2 Clash of Wills we get to keep up. Got a turn 3 Husk. Likely a turn 5 Ringwarden Owl. Opponent mulls to 6. Alright. I don't know if I counter anything. Alright, we're gonna put a threat out here. Ooh, Acolyte's a nasty one. Alright. Ooh, Watercourser's a good draw. Well, I guess we swing, because I'm not going to block with a Husk. Alright. So stalwart. So stalwart. Let's see if he trades. Guess if he has a Fiery Impulse, he certainly doesn't have to trade. Alright, I guess we go... What do we do? I think we go Starfish pre-combat, swing with Husk. I'm trying to think if I might be willing to trade a Starfish for a Stalwart Aven. Probably not. Let's see if he blocks. I think that's a better question. He doesn't. Alright, well, I'm glad that I managed to bluff him, because I think after thinking about it, mulling it over, I probably would not have sacked a Starfish, especially since I'm in dire need of that 5th land at the moment. Well, I hope he taps out, because then this Clash of Wills gets real. It's like Christmas. It is like Christmas. He gave me the gift of countering a Pia and Kirin Nalar, because that card is nasty. Nasty good. Alright, let's, we're going to drop Owl here, so... What does that tell me? Does it tell me I want to try and race? I do have Hunger, which is my ace in the hole. But it's also keeping the Acolyte at bay at the moment. I think we just swing with Husk. Drop the old Ringwarden Owl. Pass the turn. Keep up the old Starfish. At this point, I can start bottoming lands, because even though we do have a 6-drop in the deck, I can play everything. I still think I'd like to trade Watercourser for an Acolyte. Or try to. Alright. Well, that works for me. Scry here. What do we got? Land. I think we can bottom that. Towergeist. Towergeist is pretty good. Let's, I think I've got a little more willingness to swing here, since we're far enough ahead on the race where I think this is good. That's interesting. So I could actually Unholy Hunger the Acolyte and kill the Stalwart Haven, but kind of okay with just letting him keep his Stalwart Haven, making this trade, post-combat playing a Ringward now, or at least making him play a combat trick. Either one of those options is pretty good. Alright, so now we can Unholy Hunger, get our Prowess trigger. Alright, that turn was pretty insane for us. Sack something in response? Nah, I think that's okay. Still think I'd rather Starfish. Imp seems less necessary here. Aeronaut. I think we'll still go Ringward and Owl here. Alright. Opponent definitely looks aggressive. He's red-white, which just screams aggressive. He's got Stalwart Haven, Acolyte, Pia. I think we're going to lower the curve of our deck, especially on the draw. So why don't we ditch a Ringward and Owl for an Automaton? And maybe ditch the other one for a Guardians of Meletus. Does get to block. Sad thing is it can't block Acolyte if Acolyte's renowned, which is scary. But Way to the Underworld's a good answer to it. So is Throwing Knife. Thinking about this. Do I want to bring in the other Automaton for a Ringward and Owl again? Just get some life gain dudes out there? Win through value? Or do I want to ditch the Deep Sea Terror, even though it's a fatty, and win through flyers? Yeah, I think Owl or Deep Sea Terror is getting swapped for Automaton. Probably Terror, since you got to turn it on anyway. So we'll keep one Owl in, and I think we'll put in another Automaton. So we'll have some Hill Giants that gain us life. And they can block Acolyte and gain us life at the same time. I like that, actually. I think that's good. Trade with a renowned Topin Freeblade. Yeah, I think these on the draw could actually be pretty useful for us. So managed to lower our curve a little bit. Get a little bit more life gain in there. Disperse isn't a bad idea either. I don't know what I would swap out for it, though. Let's keep it the same. That's all right. I guess we got to keep this. Certainly slow, but we've got all the lands we need. All right, opponent mulls to 6 again. Automaton's a fine draw. Not as quick as I would like it to be, but opponent doesn't have a 2-drop, which is nice. Let's play Evolving Wilds. I think we can do a little deck thinning at the moment. It also feeds our graveyard. I was going to say for Deep Sea Terror, but we did take that out, so that's irrelevant. All right, opponent is off red mana. Bit of a slow start, I would say. No plays? Jeez. Let's go with Tom Town here. Maybe I should have gone Aspiring Aeronaut. I think that actually plays around Celestial Flare better. No flare. Alright. So next turn we get on the throwing knife plan, I imagine. Opponent is just off red. Probably a grip full of red cards. We would have been so dead right now. If our opponent had anything, we would have been so dead. With just the sheer quantity of lands we've drawn. If our opponent had had anything this whole time, we would have been so SOL. All right. It was a bummer for him, because this was definitely the game where he could have thrashed us. Because we saw 10 lands. So, we saw 11 lands. Yeah, we saw 11 out of 17 lands. He just had a grip full of goodies. His deck looked good, actually. Acolyte, Pia, Fiery Impulse, and Shrouding Mist. Everything, every single card he had looked good. So, yeah, our opponent definitely got the bum end of that deal. But we'll count our blessings, take our luck, go to round 2. And our opponent's playing Swiss, so he gets 2 more rounds with his sweet-looking red-white deck. All right, we'll see you in round 2.